Hey, what's going on? Joe Chapin here, and today I'm going to be giving you my NFL Week 18 game picks. Could be a crucial week for a lot of teams as we determine the NFL playoff picture, with a lot of teams securing the playoffs and other teams still working on that potentially. So we're going to get started with the Steelers playing the Ravens in Baltimore, and actually, get this, I think the Ravens are going to get it done despite having Tyler Huntley at quarterback at the helm. Snoop. And I think the final score will be, let's say, 23-21. Next up, we got the Houston Texans traveling to Indy to play the Colts. We got CJ Stroud versus Gardner Minshew, and I think Stroud takes this one, and I think the final score will be 29-24. Next up, we got the Jaguars playing the Titans. So I think the Jaguars are going to get this win, and I think they do so. I'm going to say 25 to, let's say 19. Next up, we got the Vikings and the Lions. So I know for a fact that the Vikings are trying to think, okay, like, do we win this game or do we just go for the higher pick and try to lose? I mean, you never like to try to lose, but for the picks, sometimes I guess you do it right. I mean, Lions, on the other hand, have already clinched a playoff spot. I think that the Lions actually lose this game. I'm going to take the Vikings, let's say 26-24. Next up, we got the Falcons and the Saints. These are two teams right here that are just unpredictable. You know, you take the Saints, to win, they end up losing, and vice versa. Same thing with the Falcons, so I honestly don't know what to do. I'd flip a coin if I had it, but I'm just going to say the Falcons, let's say 25-22. Next up, we got the Jets are playing the Patriots. This game is in New England. I'm going to be taking the Patriots in this one. I think the final score will be 23-20. Next up, we got the Buccaneers and the Panthers. I know the Panthers are already eliminated, or they've been eliminated since like week 10, but the Buccaneers are fighting for that playoff spot, and I think they get the job done. I'm going to say 31-17. We got the Browns and the Bengals. Okay, I believe that the Bengals are already eliminated. However, the Browns have clinched last week, and they're resting Joe Flacco. We'll see if the Ravens have to face him in the playoffs. That'd be a game. But I think the Bengals win this one. I think they get the win, let's say 27-14. Bears and Packers. I think this is the oldest rivalry in football, if I'm not mistaken, and I think the Packers will get the job done. I'm going to say 25-24. It's going to be a nail biter. Either way. Cowboys and the Commanders. We'll see how many stars that the Cowboys have played. They already clinched their playoff spot. The Commanders have been eliminated, and I think the Cowboys will get the win. Let's say 29-19. Here we go. We got the Broncos and the Raiders. I'm going to be taking the Raiders in this one. I think they get the job done. I'm going to say 24-20. I think a lot of these games are being in the 20s, honestly. Here we go. We got the Eagles and the Giants. Now the question here is that the Eagles have maybe kind of fallen off within the past month or so, but how many starters, like, you want to build confidence going into the playoffs, but do you really risk it after you clinch the playoff spot? And how many starters do you play, and who are they? I'm going to say they play at least a few, and I think they get the job done. I don't know, Eagles, don't make me look bad, but I think it's going to be 27-23. Don't be surprised if the Giants win, though. Seahawks and the Cardinals, here we go. I'm going to be taking the Seahawks in this one. I know they're another team, I think, kind of like on the bubble right now. You know, they're trying to sneak into the playoffs with like the 6th or 7th seed. I think they'll get the job done here, and I think they do so 28-21. Rams and Rams and 49ers. The 49ers, if I'm not mistaken, you might have to check, they clinched the 1 seed. You'll have to check that. The Rams, on the other hand, they've clinched a playoff spot. So the question is, who do you play on each side? I think the 49ers will do a little more, though, and I think they'll get the win. Let's say 28-27. Chiefs and the Chargers. So Mahomes is going to be resting. Meanwhile, on the other hand, you got Easton Stick, who's playing for the LA Chargers. However, I'm going to be taking the Chargers. I think they get the win. I'm going to say let's say 19-17. I think it's going to be low scoring. Bills and the Dolphins. So as far as I know, I read the reports, Josh Allen, he had a sore neck, but I think he should be good to go according to his head coach. The Dolphins have already clinched a playoff spot, and I think the Bills are going to get the win. I'm going to say, I think it's going to be high scoring. Let's say 34-30, and that'll wrap it up for NFL Week 18 game picks. Let's see who plays and who doesn't and how accurate I'll be this week. See you next time.